Arizona is going to be a key battleground state this year. In both the Senate and the presidency, important races will determine the outcomes of those elections. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are close in Arizona in the polls, and Mark Kelly and Martha McSally have an interesting matchup on the Senate election level. Right now, Democrats have the advantage in fundraising in Arizona, and they also have a large structural advantage in Arizona. But will this hold, and can Donald Trump and Martha McSally claw back to take the lead in Arizona? First, let's look at some Senate ads. Let's take a look at a Mark Kelly ad and a Martha McSally ad.
I learned a lot from being an astronaut. I learned a lot from being a pilot in the Navy. I learned a lot about solving problems from being an engineer. But what I learned from my wife is how you use policy to improve people's lives. Arizonans are facing incredibly challenging issues here in the years to come. Access to affordable health care, the stagnation of wages, job growth, the economy. As the climate warms, we're gonna have more drought here in the desert. Solving some of the hardest problems requires one thing, and that's teamwork. Partisanship and polarization and gerrymandering and corporate money have ruined our politics, and it's divided us. I care about people. I care about the state of Arizona. I care about this nation. So because of that, I've decided that I'm launching a campaign for the United States Senate. We've seen this retreat from science.
We are facing one of the greatest challenges of our lifetime, with grave threats to lives and livelihoods. The pain is real and personal, and it's touched all of us. But I'm in awe every day of the resolve and compassion of Arizonans, and I'm committed to making sure you have the support you deserve to win this fight. For my part, I'm trying to help where I can, donating my paycheck to help others, giving blood, pulling shifts at the food bank. We're all in this together. As a senator, I've fought for immediate cash for families, workers, and small businesses, fast track for cures, protection for our frontline healthcare heroes, getting the economy back on track, and holding China accountable. In this time of great uncertainty, I know one thing's for sure. Nothing can break the American spirit, and we will emerge from this crisis stronger than ever. I'm Martha McSally. I approve this message because together we will win this battle.
Now if we take a look back at 2018, we see that when Martha McSally ran for Senate, even though she was ahead in the polls before the election, she lost to Kyrsten Sinema by 2.4%. If we look back at 2016 polls, we can see that Sinema, like Kelly, had a big lead over McSally, although Kelly's right now is 11 points compared to only 8 points from Sinema, and also Kelly's at 50%. Fundraising is extraordinarily important for these types of Senate elections, and both the Democrats and the Republicans are big spenders, getting a lot of PAC money as well as national money. However, Mark Kelly is enormously out fundraising Martha McSally at $31 million compared to only $18.68 million. I predict that the margin between Kelly and McSally will definitely get a bit smaller, but that he will win by a 5% margin of 52% to 47%. That's 2 points higher than in 2016. In 2016, on the presidential level, the race was indeed close, with Donald Trump winning by less than 4%. However, both candidates got under the 50% threshold, which I believe is not likely to happen this time, since there's no strong third-party candidates. Biden is trending about 4 points higher than Clinton was in 2016, and notably, unlike Clinton, he is very close to that 50% threshold, which means that he'll probably win the state of Arizona if the polls continue. This approval data comes from Civics, so it's a bit lean Democrat, but it shows that Trump's disapproval is high, which is definitely true. It's probably between 52% and 56%. I predict that Joe Biden will carry the state of Arizona, and it's 11 electoral votes by a closer margin than the Senate election of 50% to 47%. Biden exactly at that 50% threshold.